Hey, parents and scholars, this is Mr. Pacias, your fourth grade STEM teacher. Today I'm going to review your week 3 and week 4 packet. You're going to start off with this summary of the packet. It's going to tell you everything that you need to do for the day. You're going to start off with a Google Classroom lesson where I review problems from this packet um, that your students will um, learn a lesson and then practice in their packet doing these problems. Um, After they are done doing the practice, they are going to complete one item from a choice board, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a minute. It also goes over the key standards that we're going to be reviewing. The great thing is we reviewed these, or we've actually learned all these standards before we even left school. So this is all review for your student. However, we want to make sure that your student still has mastered these standards. We are going to be going over fractions with our fourth graders, and they love fractions. So they're going to really enjoy this packet. With these fractions, we're going to be comparing fractions as well as extending their knowledge of that and going into multiplication of fractions. At the bottom of this page, you're going to notice the task, and we set it up so that Monday through Thursday, your students again are going to watch that Google video lesson. They're going to complete their daily activity page, which is what we're looking at right now, and they're going to complete one item from their choice board, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. On Friday, what changes up just a little bit is they're going to take an Illuminate assessment. Students will be able to access this link on Google Classroom, and that's how we'll be able to monitor whether the students are still mastering these standards. As we go down, we're going to see our choice board that I mentioned, where they're just doing only one problem from this a day. These are challenging problems, so students should only be completing just one of these. But what's great about these is that I really think that your students are going to really love them because of the challenge. Um, when we go next, you're going to go into your notice and wonder. You're going to notice that the date is Monday, 4/27. This is also going to match what's on Google Classroom. When they look at their assignment, they're going to look for Monday, 4/27. For this notice and wonder, you are going to read this paragraph. You're going to look at this image and you're going to ask yourself, what do you notice and what do you wonder? Now, students, we know that this is something that's not new to us. We did this every day in class. Sometimes our notice and wonders are different from our peers. We're thinking like mathematicians, so we're thinking about how we can solve this problem using math, and we're going to write down a question. Now, our questions could look different from our peers' question because it's how we perceive the problem. However, what's important is I want you to, whatever question you get, I want you to show me with a model or strategy solving that problem. And then you'll post this video on Flipgrid explaining how you solve your problem. Next, you'll go into your practice. And on that Google lesson, I usually go over the first problem for your students, and then they can solve the rest independently. They can rewatch the video if they're still stuck on something, and they can also go on to office hours at 2:30 to go over some of these problems if they're still stuck. And then we're already on to the next day. And it kind of just repeats itself until we get to Friday, where the only difference is we just do an Illuminate assessment. And that is your week 3. Week 4 is going to be um, the same process. However, we're going to be going over some different standards. On this one, we are going to be going over fractions. We're going to continue doing that. But with the fractions, we're going to be multiplying fractions, and we're going to be getting into decimals and comparing decimals with fractions. Now, your students left school doing a great job with this, so I really believe that most of them can do this independently. But I'm also going to be posting daily lessons where they're going to learn, relearn, or be retaught the standard and be able to practice from there. Again, they can go onto Google Class, or they can go into Google Classroom, click on the link for office hours at 2:30 if they still have questions. And that is your weekly packet. Um, if you have any questions, you are welcome to email me, call me, you can send a remind message, but I'm here for you guys. Make sure you're not stressing out and have fun with this. I know your students love fractions, so they're going to really enjoy this activity. Until then, I will see you next time. Bye.